All right, we back in the building. Salute to everybody that's here. You already know I'm Blue Devil, and today we back with another video reaction. Now look, before we proceed, I need everybody that's tapping in, everybody that's watching, to make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and most importantly, tap in below in the comments. Show me some love. Let me know where you're watching from on this Saturday morning or evening or afternoon. I don't know when this video is going up. Might be Sunday. I don't know. I'm very unpredictable. But yeah, tap in, subscribe, comment, like, follow all the social media links down here. You know what I mean? And with that being said, today's video is brought to you by Yazzers_87 from Instagram. All right, homegirl always showing love. She's always collabing with my posts, tagging me, sending me DMs, tapping in, networking, bro, as we should. Well, the video she brought to my attention was Poetic Flaco. I am riding with the Mexicans against black gang members. All right. Now, look, I'm not surprised. I know what Flaco is on. I know what he's trying to accomplish. As a matter of fact, it gives me Snoopy badass vibes. In a good way, homie, because I fuck with Flaco. Now, the other day on Hater World Media, I posted a video of Poetic Flaco saying that he would side with Mexicans. And I automatically thought rage baiting, you know, clickbaiting, clip farming, cloud chasing at its lowest. You know, I didn't think nothing of it. I know what he be doing. It don't bother me. I understand the internet. I know what people come to the internet to do is make money. Well, at least the smart ones, right? But when I seen this video, I clicked on it and I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck is Flaco talking about? And believe me when I tell you, he is very incorrect, and I'm gonna point out the reasons why he's incorrect. All right? So once again, before we press play, I want to send a salute to the chat, the squad, the members, everybody that's tapping in. Comment down below, follow the links, subscribe, comment. You already know. All right, and with that being said, let's press play on the video and let's see what Flaco is talking about. Once again, I am riding with the Mexicans against black gang members. Where this topic came from, only Flaco knows. All right, let's go ahead and press play.
You black? I'm a black civilian. I ain't about the black gang
Yeah,
members.
Tory Lanez is a black civilian. Black civilians supposed to take up for black civilians. So if you was in prison, you would have had to do something. You would have had to go riot.
Hell no, I'm riding with the Mexicans, man. Niggas, man. Hold on, bro. Hell no.
This is crazy.
All right, he said he's riding with the Mexicans over the blacks. First and foremost, I wanna say this about riding with the Mexicans. Blacks can ride with Mexicans in prison, in county, and in the streets. All right, there is black Southsiders. There is blacks that run Mexican. There's a couple of dudes out here on YouTube, Rich Rabbit being one of them. I don't know if he's still a Southsider, but he once was a black Southsider. Then you got Mr. Keep It Hood. Salute, he a black Southsider. Then you got Neil the Zod. He a black Southsider.
Black gang members. Man, black gang members, nigga. I'm riding with,
about no gang. Prison now, nigga. This ain't talking about no gang shit.
I'm riding with the Mexicans against black gang members. Man, hold on, bro. First off,
a bitch.
First off, hold on. A Mexican gang member ain't never shot and killed one of my homies.
Man, the Mexicans don't.
No, hold on, bro.
The Mexican gang members
you, bro. Ain't never shot and killed one of my homies. A Mexican gang members, right, has never been a reason why a young, thriving, 5-star athlete 1 week before going to college to go pro got shot and killed in the neighborhood. A black gang member.
Poetic Flaco, you're my honorary brother, but you're wrong, big dog. Even T-Rail told you were wrong. T-Rail is from the land, bro. He's from the city, right? I'm from the land. I'm from the city. And I will tell you, Poetic Flaco just said that no Mexican is the reason why a black man didn't get to go to college or got murdered in cold blood before going to play football, you know. And you're wrong, bro. There's many, many instances, and you can look them up. Fox 11 News, Mexicans murdering blacks over race-related gang crime, bro, and vice versa, okay? Compton, South Central, Watts, you name it, bro. You could look it up. I can tell you there's a few that I remember where the black homie was ready to go to college and play football, and the Mexican gang member murked him in cold blood. I could tell you a few. There's one that I remember clearly. It was an 18th Street versus a Blood. Look them up. They're on YouTube. You know, again, these are all gang-related murders. Okay, I don't want to narrow it down to one. The 18th Street one pops up in my head. It was two dudes. One of them had slick combed hair back. And of course, they try to play it off like the black dude was not from a gang, but he was. Because Mexican gang members do not target non-affiliates, bro, unless you in the way of a gang crime that's happening, right? But they don't go and target civilians. But T-Rail was correct. Poetic Flaco, you were incorrect. All right, let's continue.
Ain't the biggest obstacle for black people in these urban environments, bro. It's the black gang members. So Paul, as a black man, you telling me if I had to ride with the Mexican gang members or a black gang member,
I want to,
man, exterminate the black gang members, bro.
listen,
Maybe
bro,
our hoods would be different.
let's move on from.
Very quick, Poetic Flaco said that a Mexican is not the blacks. A Mexican is not the black gang members or the black civilians' worst enemy, right? It's another black. Basically saying that Mexicans are not out there slaughtering blacks like that. It's black on black crime. It goes both ways, bro. A Mexican's worst enemy is another Mexican. A black's worst enemy is another black. You know, so you're not wrong again. Right there, you were incorrect in the last one. You are correct on this one. One's worst enemy is his own skin color, bro. My worst enemy is another Mexican. They fucking hate me, bro. You know, they want to be me. You know, I bet you they're in the comments right now saying it's not true. Yeah, it is, because you in the comments. What you doing in the comments trying to argue with me? I don't even know you. You know, a black's enemy, worst enemy is another black. You know, on the internet, I get along more with the blacks than the Mexicans. In real life, I got more Mexican friends in real life. You know, so I don't know how that would work, right? But like I said, I don't even know why color is even being brought up, because when it's about gangs, mostly it's about sections, territories. You know, it's not really about color. You know, it's about gang territory. I had a homie from Compton 3 days ago. You know, salute to my people over there, the 36th side, you know. And I asked him, is there a lot of MK? You know, a lot of Mexicans versus black race issues? He goes, hell nah, it's based on gang territory. If you from the op and you black, fuck you. If you from the op and you Mexican, fuck you too. I go, so it's not like Mexicans versus black? He said, no. He goes, that's a false narrative they run online. So once again, come on, it's about gang territory, not color.
This Uncle Ruckus ass topic, bro.
Wait. Time out though.
Yeah, bro.
Wait. Time out though. How's the Uncle Ruckus behavior?
Let me tell you how.
Let me tell you how. Let me tell you how.
Let me tell you how it's Uncle Ruckus. Let me tell you how it's Uncle Ruckus. You just generalize a whole population of people based off of one experience that you had. That's what white people love to do.
How black gang members?
Someone stole my purse. I hate all black people. That's what you just did. Someone killed somebody you know.
I said gang members, black gang members.
That's a whole population of people. You generalize a whole population of people.
And we should generalize black gang members.
But the point is to side with Mexican gang members. They're all gang members.
I want the Mexican gang members to exterminate the black gang members so our environments.
That sounds ridiculous, bro.
Okay, Poetic Flaco said that he wants to side with the Mexicans to murk the black gang members. Let me explain something to Poetic Flaco, right? I rock with the boy. I fuck with him. I know he got his issues with Munchie B right now, and he got his issues with the the Inglewood Bloods over the whole, snitching on who got Draco the ruler, right? That's black politics, not my issue. Now, even though it's a internet content thing, I'd rather stay away from that because Munchie be cool with me too. So I'm gonna step away from that one, right? But check it out. Poetic Flaco, let me make one thing clear. Mexicans do not adapt people for numbers. Mexicans do not adapt people to be deeper, even though we are deep. Mexicans do not bring on random people because they want to go against the people we go against. Doesn't work that way. If you snake your own, you're going to snake us. So we would never adapt you. And I fuck with you, but I'm giving it to you raw and rugged. And this is the realest you gonna get. You gonna hear. We bring people on, I don't want to say we, because I'm not in the mix. I'm just say Mexicans bring people on based on loyalty and skill, bro. And whether you got heart. If you got heart, you could ride with us, right? If you're going to be loyal to the soil, you could ride with us. And you already broke them rules. Rule number 1 is you snaking your own to come fuck with us. We don't want you. Rule number 2, you ain't got heart, because if you had heart, you would ride with your people. So you already broke 2 out of 3, bro. And I already forgot what number 3 was, but again, I don't think that would be possible. Mexicans are the deepest in many places, but most of them have heart and will go out fighting, and I know other races will bring people on for numbers, to be deep, to this and that, but when it comes to the Mexicans, bro, gang members, they're very picky. You got to go through like a boot camp system. You got to go through like this, that. You got to prove yourself. They don't just accept anybody. So I just wanted to make that clear, bro. I don't think you'll make the cut, respectfully. I don't think you'll make the cut.
I'm not even
niggas, man. Get them out of here, bro.
About the comment of Mexican gang members exterminating black gang members, bro. You sound so stupid right now.
Wait. Talk about though. Imagine how wonderful the hood would be if black gang members didn't exist. Imagine how beautiful it would be. Imagine how prosperous it would be. Imagine, right? How, our kids would, bro, listen, our kids will literally have the greatest environment of culture, of education, of prosperity if black gang members didn't exist. Understand this, man. 90% of people in the hood don't do crimes. These are hardworking black people who go to school, who go to work and feed their family. But that 10% of black gang members make the hood unbearable. And if we got to side with the Mexican gang members to exterminate them, why wouldn't we?
So he said 90% of the blacks do not commit crime, only the 10% which are gang members, right? Now, again, black politics, I don't know how it works, but I think sometimes structure is needed, right? Structure is needed in order to contain the chaos, right? When there's no structure, no hierarchy, everybody runs wild and does what the fuck they want to do. They don't have to report to nobody. They don't have to check in. They don't gotta do this. They don't gotta do that. Everybody is their own boss, which in some cases is great. It's great to be your own boss, right? But in most cases, you need order. And this is why the Mexicans not only catch a lot of flack, right? But this is why also Flaco won't be accepted, because of the hierarchy and the rules and regulations that come with being a Mexican gang member. I'm not going to lay it out for you because we don't do that on the internet. But I will tell you, people tend to say, the Mexicans have a strict, program, and that the Mexicans have to take orders and whoop-de-woo. But I will tell you is that, to me, I love that. I love that because If a stupid motherfucker comes here to my building right now to try to cause problems, all I gotta do is this. Hey, yo, big dog, there's a goofball outside. And you know what they're gonna tell me? Find me, give me his name and where he's from. And before you know it, that goofball is gonna get beat up, kicked in the ass, get a wedgie, and slapped a few times. And I didn't even have to do nothing. Now, am I gonna do that? No. I'll probably answer the door and whoop his ass myself. But that's the beauty of it. And with other races, I don't think it's like that. You know what I mean? Not to say that they don't got it popping. I'm just saying sometimes the rules and regulations are needed to contain the chaos. So if there was more rules and regulations with the black gang members, it'd be less crime on civilians. Think about it, bro. They wouldn't do it because they know that they will get regulated by the OGs. See, with the Mexicans, you go fuck with a Mexican family that ain't doing nothing, or you go fuck with kids, you go fuck with civilians, you go fuck with women, or you gonna get your ass beat or stabbed in prison. You fucking with the elderly, you gonna get beat and stabbed in prison. But with other races, I don't think it works like that. You know, so maybe, Flaco, instead of trying to switch sides, maybe you should, offer them some advice, the black gang members. But I don't think they'll listen, bro.
What's the downside of that?
Listen, because there are Mexican gang members. So we just want another gang to take over? Okay, we want to get this gang out the way. So let's replace them with another gang.
No, hold on, but Mexicans have their own territories. They don't want niggas in their shit. Mexicans don't even want to live next to niggas. So hence, they're not coming to our shit. Oh, this is our shit.
Guess what, Flacco? Mexicans live next to niggas. It's LA.
I agree. I agree
Not by choice.
about
What are you talking about?
I agree with gangs and the downfall of our community due to the gangs and gang violence.
Well, for
the
sure.
gangs surrounding
But saying
our
that they should be
communities,
exterminated by Mexican gang
I do not want
members.
to
Damn right,
exterminate. I do not want to exterminate
Yeah,
our people.
that's what I disagree with.
No,
That sounds
no,
stupid.
I'm
Who's our
disagreeing with
people?
exterminating.
Nobody should be exterminated, bro. People should be able to fix the way of living. You know, sometimes people are born into poverty or born into gangs and they have no choice, right? And it's funny because I made a comment, I did a video, and all this is correlation to what's going on, right? There's a video I did on the rapper named Diablo from the 909, right, from Banning. And people in the comments were like, F this gang member, F this guy, you know, whoop-de-woo, he's in jail because he deserved it or whatever, because he's in prison. And I said, hey, bro, some people do not have the same opportunities as others. Some have no choice but to be what they are. And ignorant people were in the comments talking about, no, everybody got a choice. Everybody got a choice, blah, blah, blah. And I beg to differ, bro. Some people are born into a lifestyle that they don't necessarily want, but they don't know anything else. All they know is that life. They were raised and born by parents that are gang members and surrounded by gangs. So their only vision of life is gangs and criminal activity. Now, yeah, they got a choice to move out and go to college, but if you're poor, broke, and all you see is the hood, that's all you're gonna do. So again, to those that have not or are not part of the gang system, prison system, be grateful, bro, that you had the opportunity to avoid what others were born into. You know, don't be selfish, bro. Because they are gang members, and this goes to Flaco, because they are gang members don't mean they're bad people, bro. You know, once again, you got it good. Some people don't. So nobody deserves to die, bro. They deserve to have a chance to live. So maybe educating your people instead of wanting to murk them. Maybe like, you know, now that you got money, Flaco, and you're rich, maybe building community centers, bro. And I'm not the one to sing kumbaya. Trust me, homie. Fuck everybody. But it's just scandalous. What you're saying is scandalous, bro. Trying to murk people and do all this crazy shit and exterminate. Nah, bro. You got to build the community up, homie, and teach these people another way of living, bro. You know. But let's continue.
And our people, like, you know what I mean?
Our people.
There's
Flacco,
probably someone in the
yeah.
world that says they want to exterminate content creators and people putting out filth and lies and probably want to exterminate you. And I would not agree with them. I would not agree with them. I mean, but if they had concrete facts about how your content permanently like fucked up their life in some type of way, then okay, you know what I'm saying? You have your facts there, but no, I would not want to fucking exterminate our black people because of a few things that we probably could take care of and we can find solutions for. Like, no, Flacco, that's not it, man. We can't you can't say that. Hey, you gotta go, oh, I'm gonna just go over here with the Mexicans so we can kill the blacks. Oh yeah, you
No,
see, yeah, clip this
Yeah,
up.
what
they don't
here?
like
We
you.
not fucking
And
with
Yeah,
him
listen,
no,
no
Flacco,
more.
here.
listen, bro. Hold on, listen.
Yeah.
Listen, the thing we disagree with is the talking about Mexican gangs should exterminate black gang members. That sounds stupid, right?
How?
Should gang members be the problem of gang violence in the hood be solved? Yes. But at the hand of Mexicans going to just kill them all? Come on
No.
now. You
Let's do
sound
quick
crazy.
math, right?
No, I don't want to
Again,
do any
though.
math.
Wait, one more thing. Okay. So first off,
Dura, this is hilarious, bro. Poetic Flaco, let's do some math. And then you got the other homie, he says, I don't want to do no fucking math. Where's this, bro, where is this scenario coming from? Who thought of this, bro?
we're getting to a conclusion where it's either the Mexicans do it or we, the civilians, got to do it. But let's do quick math real quick, okay?
Hold on, where's that scenario come from? The Mexicans have to do it. Why do the Mexicans have to do anything to the black
Or
people?
we got to do it at some point. Because in the words of Dr. Umar Johnson, you can't psychologize that 10% of black gang. You can't psychologize that 10% that are in our community. They're too far gone to really rationalize with. For example, okay? Again, let's do quick math real quick, okay? If 90% of black people in the hood are hardworking Americans who are taking care of their family and doing everything right to achieve the American dream, and then there's 10% that makes that almost unbearable and impossible, right? Cool. Now, if you have those 10% got their enemies over here, and if we got to figure out, okay, if 90% of us go to war with the 10%, we'll probably win, but we'll probably lose an additional 10 to 20% of hardworking Americans. However, if the Mexicans do it, we keep the 90% of hardworking black Americans and have the Mexicans go to jail for doing it. And then thirdly, we're not saying Mexicans come and live with us afterwards. We're not saying Mexican gang members come to our community and live with us afterwards. No, we're saying you get the job done. Now, guess what? Y'all don't got to deal with black gang members no more. We don't got to deal with black gang members no more. We get to literally have Black Wall Street again. Yo, imagine South Central with that much culture, that much education.
Somebody timestamp the movie Blood In, Blood Out and send it to Poetic Flaco on the part where the blacks teamed up with the Mexicans, right, to kill the whites, and then the Mexicans backstabbed the blacks and killed the blacks, okay? You cannot play us, Poetic Flaco. We are not the type where you're gonna run a play on the Mexicans, okay? You're not gonna run a play. You're not gonna fairy tale some story where you're gonna use us to exterminate black gang members and then you're going to magically send us all to prison or exterminate us. Go watch that movie, okay? There's a reason why the Mexicans won the race war, you know. And remember, everybody listening, I don't want nobody to get in their feelings and go talk shit to the blacks or to Poetic Flaco. This is all a fake scenario that Poetic Flaco picked out of the sky and said, I want to talk about this. No, but this is not like a real subject, bro. This is all a what if. And in the words, Flaco said, in the words of the great Dr. Umar, in the words of the great Highland Park General, Big Droops, we don't do the what ifs, okay? And with that being said, salute to everybody. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. I'm Blue Devil. Poetic Flaco, you tripping, my boy. And with that being said, fuck everybody. I'm out.